What's up, Creamers?
Reamer.
It's me, Hot Joe, and I'm joined with my co-host, Sammy Daddy.
Pardon me while I burst into flames. Do the flame thing. We didn't pay for the flame thing.
And we're going to talk to Turkey like Ted Turner about some professional wrestling.
Pull it down, T.
Do what?
Back.
I thought y'all were ready.
We're going to celebrate Pride Month, pro wrestling style, with wrestling colors of the rainbow. We spin the U.S. title center plate like a DJ and scratch our way into the John Cena quote of the week. What is our match count for 2025, the year of our lives? And as always, we'll leave a little room for cream. All that on this episode of Wrestle. At ease, boys. All right. Welcome back, Creamers.
Reamer.
Sammy Daddy, have you watched any wrestling in the last week?
No. I'm not even trying to be funny or sarcastic. No. I watched, well, do you remember my count from last week? If you don't,
No.
it's okay.
It was 376?
Nope. A little more than that. But
389.
nah, higher.
393.
Higher.
399.
Yep.
Because you were supposed to get your 400th.
And I did. I watched
Oh, yeah.
one match.
That
but I'm
still
going to
counts.
save it because that's my match of the week.
Guess it would have to be, yeah.
But there's a good reason behind it. You'll like it. You're gonna hear the match and you're gonna go, what? And I'm gonna tell you the reason. You're gonna go, oh.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So there's that. But I have something in place of talking about what wrestling I watched.
What's up?
Did you see, Brian Cage
I
and
know of
Lance
him.
Archer?
Yeah.
Those two bad boys.
I know those bad boys.
Allegedly, or no, it's not allegedly because I think Cage posted it because the news came out that the two of them are going to be in Steven Spielberg's next movie. And it's supposed to have something to do with, I can't remember. I think it said UFOs, but we'll just say aliens to cover the whole thing. Aliens and pro wrestling.
What the fuck?
What do you think that's going to be about? That's
I don't
exciting.
know, but I'm into it. Steven Spielberg.
Right?
Huh.
So I felt bad about not having any wrestling stuff to contribute, but
You got wrestling and aliens.
I had something, I wanted
That's
to have
close
something good to
for
throw out
wrestling.
there.
It's like 50% wrestling.
Yeah.
50%.
And I like
Out of this
Cage and I
world.
like Archer. So I thought
Yeah,
that was cool. And
really
then
good.
Steven Spielberg outer space movies tend to be pretty cool. Or UFO or alien.
Pretty dang good at those, isn't he?
His track record's solid. So I wonder if they're the aliens or the pro wrestlers. And
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. Well,
Bizarre.
duh, they're the pro wrestlers. But if there's pro wrestling involved, the aliens probably can wrestle too. Because I can't see this being like a
and also cream involved.
yeah. Same idea. That's the noise like what's that movie? Close Encounters of the Third Kind? You know what I'm talking about?
Is it
It's a movie.
Encounters of the Fourth Kind? I think it's third.
I think they made other things after that were like knockoffs.
Those fucking bastards.
But don't
Man.
they do the thing where they play the music in that? Do 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 do.
Yeah, they
There's
go.
a Futurama episode like that.
Yeah, that's a great program.
So I think that noise you just played is going to be what they do.
Whoa. Whoa. They should get Greg in there, man.
Brian Cage, friend of Greg, Lance Archer, and Gregory Iron.
Lance Archer was in a very good episode of infomercials on Adult Swim. When I say
Was that
good,
Archer?
I mean it was certainly entertaining.
You showed me that one.
Yeah.
Check it out. Go look it up on Adult Swim's
Look it up.
thing. It's weird.
Creamers?
It's silly. If you find any sort of humor in this show, then you'll think that's really funny, probably.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I
But
watched
yeah.
Dynamite. The Mexican.
Oh, was it the Mexico one?
Yeah.
I did want to also say real quick before you get into it, I tried to watch it, but there was technical difficulty, so I was unable to watch it.
That sucks. You should
Yeah,
go. It's really, really entertaining. And it's
There was
cool
too
to
many
see.
people watching it.
Oh my
So I
God. You
went,
should've
well,
told me. I would've
this isn't
kicked
meant to
everyone
be. No, no, that's not fair.
It is fair. That max exists first for AEW and then everything else after.
I watched Minecraft on there
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
like fucking 3 times already. My kid loved it, so it's
I
been on
bet.
a bunch.
Yeah, I had.
It's fine. It was good. It was cute.
That's good. Besides Dynamite,
But yeah.
I didn't watch. I started to watch the Kenny Omega Okada matches again.
Okay, just going back
I
through
only
them.
watched the first one, yeah, from Wrestle Kingdom 11, and then because it's like 45 minutes long, and then
It's like
I
it's like
watched.
a episode of a television show.
Really is.
Like you're
And
watching
then,
like a season of TV.
truly, and then I fucking watched. What's the other thing I watched? Oh, there was a New Japan show called Soul over the weekend, where two people.
Okay.
There's two matches, where they fucking crowned dudes to be in the G1 that weren't in it before. And who won those things, man? I can't even remember.
Shingo Takagi,
No, he's already in it.
and
Let's see.
it was the Great Muda Jr.
I mean, there should be that. I would be
No.
fucking thrilled.
They should, but they didn't. They screwed it up. Oh, who's the guy that I like? Super Ninja.
Super Ninja, you mean Ninja Mac?
Ninja Mac.
He's not in it.
Super Dragon.
Hard to tell you. Super Dragon? I don't even think he wrestles. Doesn't he run fucking PWG? Well, he did.
Super Dragon.
2025. Okay. This must be it.
Mac. The Mac. The Mac.
Willie Mac?
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get the first name. Willie Mac.
That's who it was. It was Willie Mac.
Really?
No.
That'd be sweet. Oh.
Be really something else though. I'm sorry that I lied. You can
Oh,
find
no,
it in
no,
your
no.
heart to forgive me, man.
It's fine. Hey, if I was on my game a little bit better and was watching wrestling,
That's
I would
right.
know.
Okay, so it was Colum Newman and Drilla Maloney. Drilla Maloney from Bullet Club War Dogs.
I know them.
Colum Newman, the one that's like the Will Ospreay, he trained him guy, you know?
His young boy.
I'd call him that.
He's becoming a young man. Oh, what's on your arm?
Got a new tattoo.
Oh, did you? What is it?
It's a luchador mask.
Oh,
Yeah, right there.
right there. What? Go back a little bit. There. That's a good shot.
Hell yeah.
That looks really good. It came out very nice.
Thanks. I gotta get these flowers filled in. It was 5 hours straight with no breaks.
Why?
I don't want to say this guy. He's a great guy. He just took a long time to do it. That's all. You know?
Well,
And I did take a pee at one point, so there's like a little bit of a break.
Did you get up?
Yeah, I got up
Oh,
and I
just in
peed
his
right
chair.
there on the
I
floor.
thought just in his chair. Hey, gonna piss real quick. Keep going though.
Yeah, yeah, no, but that was the break, and then yeah, it was 5 hours, and then I went to a concert.
Right after?
Yeah, when I got home,
Yeah.
Modest Mouse.
You're so punk rock. Oh, that was. Where was that at?
It was at the fucking
Masonic.
yes.
It's not Masonic. Temple Live. I saw they were coming. Was it good?
It was definitely the
It was a show.
least best concert I've ever been to.
Least best
Yeah.
ever?
Yep.
It's not like you've
I
never.
don't even know
you've
if I
never-
like Modest Mouse anymore after that one.
You went to a couple shows before. Like
I
it's
went
not
to-
like you've only gone to like 2 or 3
Right?
shows.
I've never not enjoyed it before until this. It was just not enjoyable, man. The guy who the singer, it's like he's too close to the mic. You can't even make out the words. There was like a lot of audio difficulties. The like bass guitar players was like they kept having to have guys come on the stage and try to fix his guitar because it wasn't playing like the sound for everybody and shit like that. It was just not good.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that,
That's okay.
but I'm happy to know. Just skip them.
Yeah.
And it could have been all stuff outside of their control, but that's still your impression.
For sure. I mean, if you want to listen to their music, just listen to it on the internet. That's the best place for it.
Go buy their CD from someplace. They probably had a CD, right?
Yeah,
They've been around long enough.
or you just go on YouTube. I don't think you should give them any money. They
All
don't
right,
deserve
that's
it.
fair.
They don't deserve it.
Damn, that's kind of a letdown. I'm not like a big fan.
Yeah, I'm sure you just like float on. Actually, I like Float On's good. Dramamine is good, and
Is that them?
that's the song.
Okay.
Yeah, I smacked my car into a cop car the other.
Yeah, I kept seeing the commercials for that.
Really? There's commercials?
For the show coming up, or
shit.
that happened.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Instagram or something. I don't know. I look up concerts a lot. I don't always end up going, but I look them up.
But yeah, it wasn't very good.
Wow, that sucks. That's a real letdown.
I mean, hey, I've never gone to a concert I haven't enjoyed before, so it's nice to get that out of the way. It's
Who would've
just upsetting
thought-
to be Modest Mouse?
Who would have thought that you had a 5-hour tattoo with no breaks and the most painful part of your day was a Modest Mountains
No
concert?
doubt about it. Yeah, man.
That's terrible. I went to, Todd Rundgren?
I do not.
He bangs on his drum all day.
No, I don't know this man. Is it
I
banging,
don't
man?
want to work. I just want to bang on his drum all day. You know the song. I'll play it
That
for you
does sound
after.
familiar.
100%. He does. You would know him. He's got a couple songs I think people would recognize, but that one, yes. Anyway, we went to see him many years ago at Northfield Roxino, whatever it's called.
Right on.
They do the horse racing and there's the place you can gamble and they do concerts and comedy and stuff. And I
Funky.
kind of like, especially at that time, I was definitely into the more classic rock stuff. And that's where those artists at that point in their career are going. So I've seen some good shows there, blah, blah, blah. He did all stuff from like a new album. And so like that's just to paint the picture. It's, I'm guessing early 80s. I don't know the time frame, but it's rock and roll. I don't want to say like pop rock from back then, but like easy listening, yacht rock, like in that closer to that genre rather than like heavy metal. Anyway, so he's got some good songs, but they jam a little bit and stuff. And this show, he had like a DJ come out before, and it was just like, this is not the crowd, man. This is weird because it's all older. Like I was probably the youngest person there by legitimately 15 years. And then he came out and it was just more like weird DJ stuff. And it was so bad. I went with my father and 2 friends and my dad stayed and me and the 2 friends got up like 3 songs in and just said, forget this. And we went to the bar and there was 2 or 3 older ladies that left the concert too. And they were just bitching about it. And we sat at the bar and bitched about it.
That was the worst one you've seen then, huh?
By far. And because even at the end, my dad came out and I go, well, why'd you stay? What happened? He said he did like a little medley at the end of all his famous songs that you would know or want to hear.
Yeah.
But that was it. And it was like, well, why would you do that? So I think yours was more technical or maybe they just don't perform live well, where this was.
That's what I think it is.
This was a poor choice.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I think from now on, you and I are going to only see good concerts.
Yeah. There's no reason not to.
That's my goal. From now on, I'm only going to go to good ones.
Yeah. I'm not going to go to bad ones.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no shame in leaving a concert, just so everybody knows.
That's what we did.
You can leave.
Yeah.
You should.
We
Hey,
did.
this sucks. Let's go.
My wife was like, you didn't even get to hear the songs you like. And I was like, yeah, not worth it. They're just going to ruin the songs for me.
Yeah. Because then you're going to think of that shitty, because even like Todd Rundgren I like or I'll listen to, but I still think of that experience.
Yeah. Son of a bitch.
All right. So they suck.
Yeah. Are you ready for the rainbow game?
I love the rainbow game.
What's it called?
Wrestling Colors of the Rainbow.
Wrestling Colors of the Rainbow. Sammy Daddy, why don't you take away take it away. Tell us.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it right now. I'm taking it. We're going to say the colors of the rainbow and we're going to say or pick, I guess we're having teams kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And we're each going to pick a wrestler to represent the colors of the rainbow.
In honor of Pride Month.
In honor of Pride Month. And we'll let the creamers decide whose team is better.
Hell yeah, man.
That's the only way you can describe it. It's pretty simple.
And we're doing Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, and rainbow.
Every good boy does fine.
Close, yeah. But so we'll do a wrestler for every color, and then we will do one wrestler that we think encompasses all the colors or can represent all the colors. You can pick,
Okay.
there's nothing, it's whatever, there's no wrong answers as long as you can say, I picked this wrestler for this color because.
Word.
So why don't you start? And we're just going to go in order.
All right.
Red. Who is your red wrestler?
For red, I've got the Beast Mortos.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you pick him?
Well, he's like a bull.
Mhm.
And, when you get that red rag or whatever it is, and you go, and then the
Cape.
bulls are like,
Is it a cape?
we'll call it a cape. And then they go, and then they run at there. That's why I picked red. That's why I picked
That's why you picked
Beast
Mortos.
for
I like that.
red. Thanks, man.
And I think isn't his outfit mostly black, but there's that little bit of red and it sticks out.
Yeah, and there's like white too. No, he's been wearing a white mask lately.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, the red, I like that. I
Yeah,
don't know if that's true. I don't think it's a true thing though.
it isn't.
I wonder why. But they used the red cape.
I was favoring them. I was favoring the creamers.
No, I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, I think it could be any color, but they just.
I'm surprised there hasn't. I'm sure there is, and I just haven't seen it where somebody has done that with like a red cape or a red outfit or red something
with Beast Mortos.
with Beast Mortos.
That would be hilarious if they haven't. They got
Call
it.
Tony. Call TK. When we're done. When we're done. All right. I'll pick. So I tried to pick at least 2 for everything, just so we didn't copy.
Red is the only one where I was sure my 2 guys weren't the same as yours.
What was your other one? You can say it.
It's Akira Taue.
I didn't
One of the 4
have that.
pillars for me, All Japan. He wore red. They all had their own special color.
And he represented red.
Yeah.
No, I had the one I'm not picking. I had Kane. I thought that was kind of easy.
Good choice. Yeah.
So, but I'm not. I'm going to pick the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
That's cool. That's
because when he was the Fiend, the lights would go red.
Dang. Good point.
And I don't know if I liked it, but it's just the first thing that came to mind was the red, like you see a rainbow and it glows, and that red light glowed.
Oh yeah.
Glue.
That's good.
Glowed.
Glow.
I don't know how to say it. I don't know the past tense. Is the past tense of glow? Glow?
I think it's glowed.
Glowed?
Like when you say she blowed.
He glowed. She glowed that guy behind the store.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it. Well, there's red.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
All right, well, I'm curious how this one goes. Orange. Tell me your orange. I want to know.
My orange is Zack Sabre Jr.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you pick that?
Well, he wears orange, and
yeah.
the TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, they wear orange, and so who I associate orange with, obviously.
Really?
Not as much as the other guy, but I figured.
I know, but now you make me not want to pick the. You make me not want to pick the other guy because you didn't pick it.
We both avoided him. Okay.
No, I have him. That's my first choice, but I'll go with a different one. Let's just say it. Taz is the obvious choice.
Taz.
So Taz is the obvious choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we represent Taz so much. Your glasses, the colors of the show. So I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
Ah, that's a good one, dude. Damn.
And yeah, I picked him because his name is Orange.
That is the good reason, dude. That's
thank
a good
you.
one. I wish I thought of that.
Well, I tried to write it down to think of stuff, and I went Taz, and obviously, and I'm like, well, shit, he's gonna pick Taz. I definitely have to come up with a second. I'm like, orange. That's a weird color. Like you don't see it a lot. Like who represents that? Orange. Oh, duh. That's how the thought process went.
Funny. That's good. My other guy that I didn't pick is Kenta Kobashi because he's one of the 4 pillars, and he wore orange.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sensing a theme. I know what 2 more of your picks might be.
Those actually I will probably be the ones I do pick.
Oh,
they weren't my backups this time. I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
Give it to me.
Yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Toshiaki Kawada.
I don't know how to spell that.
He's one of the 4 pillars, and he wore yellow. Eddie Kingston wears black and yellow in honor of him. It's one of his favorites. And he does the Kawada kicks, where he holds his head and he kicks him in the head a bunch.
Oh, I like that. I like Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston would be a yellow because he wears it because of that, but he does that yellow is prominent in his outfit.
Yeah, for sure.
But if he's wearing it for somebody, picking the person he's wearing it for makes more sense.
Yeah, but both would be good.
I think so. I like Eddie Kingston, so I'm gonna.
One of my faves.
You can pick him for any color, and I'd be like, that's a really good point.
Good point.
Like if it was, I don't care. If you pick him for red, and you're like, he bleeds. Sometimes he bleeds, and that's red. Blood's red.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm on the same page as you on this one.
Eddie Kingston's the man.
Is that your guy?
No, I didn't even have him on here.
He's just the man in general.
No, yeah, I'm just saying he's just the man. No, Meeny, miny, mo. Gold Dust.
Gold Dust. That's a good choice.
And I know it's gold, but that's an offshoot of yellow.
That's fine.
I think it still counts.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good.
I actually had a little family thing going on there because I also had Dusty Rhodes because of the polka dots.
Ah, very good. Very good.
What do you have for green?
For green, I have Mitsuharu Misawa.
I knew it.
Yes, because he wore green. He's a 4 pillar.
It's kind of funny. Do you think they did Roy G. Biv and then they just went, all right, pick the first 4. You guys get it.
It certainly makes it easy to figure out who's who when they're like all jumbled in the ring fighting each other.
So you could have went with the theme, but you didn't. You could have done the
I know.
four.
I know.
But no, no, because I feel
But
like
the reason I didn't is because I really liked fucking having Beast Mortos in there.
I was just gonna say Mortos is really good, and I immediately was like, I didn't think of this good enough because he came up with those. So I'm gonna pick, and I don't know if this, when this comes to the voting, I don't know if it's gonna lean this in my favor because we didn't. I was gonna ask you earlier if we could do factions, and if we can't, I can pick a different choice.
I think you could do factions.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick 440 for green.
Very good.
Now I know more recently when they had their big blow off in the death match, where everything finally ended, they were blue and there was blue and yellow.
Yep. I think they were gold though, weren't they?
Oh, were they gold? Well, we're counting it as yellow today because of gold dust.
Maybe it was yellow. I don't remember.
They weren't green. Well, they would be blue and yellow because that makes green. Is that where that came from?
It must be. I did not think of that.
I want to give them a lot more credit than I already am.
Good job, 440.
The green 440, I think it started right before the pandemic, but they were one of the few things wrestling wise, not WWE or AEW, that was going, not just going well, but going continuously.
Oh yeah.
Or regularly or whatever. And they were putting stuff online if they weren't competing, and it was very entertaining. I don't remember what I all got. I got a hoodie and like a mask for 440, and it was cool how they did it. And I think they were supposed to run a show here right before the pandemic. They were going to run a show in Cleveland, the city that they represent, and also the city that we're from, that we live in.
Huh.
So I was excited to go to that one, and then it didn't happen. And I think by the time they did run it, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was cool. It was fun. I liked what they did. So I want to represent them, representing green.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Good job.
And then my other one was Chelsea Green.
Ah, yeah.
Because her name
It's got
is
green.
green.
Got green in there. Dang, good choice.
Exactly.
Good choices, man. My other one was Will Ospreay.
I thought Will Ospreay, but I'm like, I'm not even going to write it down because I thought that's what you were going to do.
Yeah, but I didn't.
Is he green? That's his color, right? That's not just like a phase.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really seem to do that much in AEW, but his faction's color was green. The United Empire.
Yeah. Okay.
And I know
fair.
he does it in honor of Mitsuharu Misawa because I heard him say it in one of the media scrums.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the Eddie Kingston thing there.
I think, yeah. If you like the four pillars, so it makes sense to me that you would pick them. Now, if you didn't really know them and you just knew that's why he did it, well, whatever.
Yeah.
That's why you picked. It's over.
Oh yeah.
What do you got for blue?
I have 440 blue. No, I'm just kidding.
Really?
I have.
I thought about doing 440 for all of them, yellow, blue, and green. But
damn,
no, I don't fuck with 440 blue.
Nah, man.
Which ones was it? Who was the bad guys?
They're fucking pissers.
Was blue the bad guys?
I don't know which one has Greg in it.
That's the one I'm rooting against.
Blue.
Was he blue? Whichever one he was in is the one I was rooting for. Sorry.
It's not your fault. It's Greg's. But yeah, no. For blue, I picked Glacier
Oh, I love Glacier.
because the ice is blue if you draw it.
Yeah, and his outfit.
In his outfit and snow.
The snow and they had the lighting.
Blue lights.
That would go like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got one that's blue too.
I have a feeling I know who it is.
Go tell me.
Blue Cane.
Oh no, Blue Cane.
Dang.
No, I thought about. Well, we'll get to that later. But no, I didn't do any canes. I'm going to do Blue Demon.
Ooh, that's
One of the most famous, probably top 3 most famous luchadors.
I would say.
At least the mask. I feel like that's like a generic mask.
Who would you say is the top 3?
I don't know. I was thinking about it because I knew I was going to say that.
Rey Mysterio, I'm assuming.
Well, I was Santo because he did the movies,
Santos.
and he was like God. And Blue Demon was doing movies, and then I thought Mil Mas. Okay, so that's where I was going, and then I'm like, Rey Mysterio is pretty big.
They're the 4 pillars of Lucha Libre.
Probably. I don't know. I'd have to figure out more, but yeah,
We'll look it up.
yeah, that's probably we'll say 4, but Blue Demon's top 4, and he ain't 4.
Fucking right.
There we go. So I guess he's top 3, like I said. So there we go.
My other blue was Yuji Nagata. Brian. Remember when Brian?
He was the 5th pillar, and his color was blue.
He was not a pillar, but because he's from New Japan, but he would wear remember when Brian Danielson wore like the red, and then there was like that weird sort of triangle design on there.
Yes,
That
I know.
is Yuji Nagata's pattern that he wore on his gear, but he wore blue. So then Brian Danielson did it in like tribute to him.
These guys love tributing.
They really
Can't
do.
get an original idea anywhere in this
Seriously,
wrestling.
even Brian Danielson is a fucking thief.
Nerd.
He's a goddamn.
So what do we do? Roy G. B. So now we're on the IV.
Hell yeah, man.
So did you know the difference between indigo and violet? Like for sure.
I didn't before. I didn't really ever think about indigo besides the indigo plateau in Pokemon.
So indigo is like a darker purple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
I guess it
violet's
would
the
be.
lighter purple.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's how I did it. But please,
For
give
indigo,
me your indigo, the darker purple.
I chose Aleister Black
That's pretty good.
because according to with the purple ones, I had a hard time because
Yeah.
it's like there's 2 different ones. So like I looked up like what the like aura of these colors supposedly means, and
Okay, I like that.
that's like the mystical color. So I figured Aleister Black or Taker, and I thought if anything, you'd be more likely to pick Undertaker.
So I did have Undertaker, but not for indigo.
Ooh, spoiler!
So I
alert.
have one. So like I said, I tried to write 2 for each.
Okay.
So indigo, I had a choice. Violet, I had a choice. And then I was trying to come up with the second one, and I just put the second one in the middle because I went, there's no way that he's going to get
That's fair.
maybe Undertaker, but I don't think you're going to get these other 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave Undertaker out of it since we already brought him up. My indigo, darker purple, whatever, I picked the Judgment Day
Ah,
because that's the colors they've had pretty much since the get-go.
okay. Good choice.
And if I
didn't
have
even
to
think of
pick,
that.
if I have to pick a specific iteration, I picked the one that R-Truth thought he was in because that was probably my favorite.
Good choice.
I mean, it's still fine now, and I enjoy what they're doing, and it seems like it's ending soon. But they've had Rhea Ripley, they had Edge, who is Edge, but was kind of like at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But it helped Damian Priest become like top tier, maybe not like all the way up, but still, it helped Damian. He was champion. He won the belt.
Word.
Rhea Ripley, who might be one of their biggest stars, period. Man, woman, whatever, doesn't matter. Just one of the biggest stars in wrestling.
No doubt.
Dominic Mysterio. Do I have to say more?
No. R-Truth thinks he's in there.
R-Truth thought he was in it. Liv Morgan, who's hurt, but still, she's done a lot in there. Carlito was in it, and he was like the comic relief. He never really did anything like wrestling-wise, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
JD McDonough, it's made him on TV. If he wasn't in that, he wouldn't be doing anything.
Word.
So they've done a lot, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Edge, for coming up with that.
Thanks, Edge. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Cope.
For
Violet.
Violet.
Yes, sir.
Same
Last
thing
one.
with Violet. I looked up what the aura of the color means according
Yes,
to
yes.
what I've read. It says-
Relaxing.
It says aura apparently, or I put apparently, but it says means
Calming.
you're detached from worldly concerns because of looking at the big picture.
Daniel Bryan. Brian Danielson.
I put Sting.
Stang?
Yeah, from The Crow. When he was like against.
No, I get that. I like that. He was just about what was right.
Exactly. The big.
He
picture.
was, yeah. He was fighting for the right of every man.
Yeah,
I get it.
you're right about that one.
Well, so Violet, I was going to put Undertaker because it's that lighter purple. And when he made his debut, he had that light purple makeup. And sometimes he would wear those light purple gloves. But when I looked at pictures, I couldn't tell which one to put it in, if it would be indigo or violet. And this other one kind of uses both. But I'm going to say Bailey when she was a hugger.
Okay, good. I
And
like
she had the
yeah, the inflatable thing.
these guys that would do that stuff. So
I
she kind
remember
of
that. You were doing. You did great.
Thanks.
I kind of want you to be my Violet.
That can be.
My second choice for Violet was Hangman, our favorite Hangman Adam Page.
Yay. He's going to do it. I know he's going to win.
We got this, Hanger. I'm saying that because I'm living vicariously through him.
Yeah. So we've done all the colors, Roy, G, and Biv,
Mm-hmm.
and all those make a rainbow. That's what it spells.
You would never tell no lie.
So what company, faction, whatever. What do you think encompasses all the colors of the rainbow?
I have for my rainbow FTR.
They do like using that rainbow.
They love using the rainbow. And that's the reason. And it stands for Follow the Rainbow. You bet your butthole.
I used to have a sticker.
Oh, an FTR sticker?
Oh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there it is. Exactly. They're living legends.
And I feel like their song sounds like what a rainbow would sound like if it was music.
That's a great point. That's another point.
That's one of my favorites.
There, Sammy Daddy.
One of my favorite theme songs ever in wrestling history.
Top notch. What about you? Who's your rainbow?
So I had two choices that I was really going back and forth on. And I still am. One guy we talked about earlier, one guy we're going to talk about later.
Ooh.
And I'm not sure. I'm going to go with the first choice. I'm going to go with John Cena.
Whoa.
Yeah.
John Cena. How is he a rainbow?
The shirts, the hats. It looks really cool when they line up all the stuff with the. So that's what I went with.
You really used your nog on that one.
I tried.
Hell yeah.
I tried. And even on this retirement tour, he's done a shirt for every city.
Yeah.
And it's with the city's colors or something or a sports team or whatever. So
smart thinking, Sammy Daddy.
Represents the rainbow.
Very good choice.
My other choice was Rey Mysterio, just because of the same deal, I guess. But he's done everything. But I thought I feel like a lot of his cool ones were superheroes, or they were more. Not that doesn't count, but like he wears all the colors. Cena would wear red, then green, then purple, then whatever. So John Cena, faced the rainbow.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, what is it? John, The Rock called them the Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles. Yeah,
Fruity Pebbles. Basically, eating a rainbow in your bowl.
I think that's a different one, but yeah, kind of. I think it would still. But you're not wrong.
Thank you, Sammy Daddy. Creamers, why don't you comment below and let us know who you would pick for each of those colors? Who would be your rainbow wrestler?
And who do you think has the better team? The better choices, I should say. Yeah,
exactly. We'll leave this one up to the Creamers. Creamers, if my guys and his guys faced off, which I think you had two factions.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to. Yeah,
so
I felt bad.
I think I know who's probably going to win. Team Sammy Daddy's Rainbow versus Hot Joe's Rainbow in an all-out fight. Who'd win?
Two rainbows clashing. Think of like the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon cover, but a rainbow on both sides.
Whoa.
Clashing in the middle.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Things are things, man. And that's one of them.
Man.
Things are things.
So Sammy Daddy, what's the John Cena quote of the week?
Well, the John Cena quote of the week. If you are rooting against someone, ask why. Sometimes it is because there are genuinely bad people out there. Many times it is us judging because we are insecure with ourselves.
Sammy Daddy, what's your match count for 2025, the year of our lives?
400.
Bro.
Yeah, because I watched the one match.
That's right.
So it'll be my match of the week too. And I'm sure you've heard of it. It was Jerry the King Lawler and Queasy, Sleazy, and Cheesy against Doink, Dink, Pink, and Wink. Is that what their names? I think that was the names.
Well,
I'll double check that. It was a Survivor Series match. And the reason, and I'm very happy that was my 400th match, because I talked a big game.
Sure did.
Like it was gonna like, oh, I'm planning something big for the 400th. I didn't have anything planned. I was hanging out with my daughter Vera, and she said, I want to watch WWF or WWE. And I continuously explain, hey, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She's just like, no. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. What do you want to watch?
She was really into the Get the F Out campaign.
Yes, definitely.
Big proponent of that.
So yeah, so it was the Royal Family, Cheesy, Queasy, Sleazy, and Jerry Lawler against Doink the Clown, Dink the Clown, Pink the Clown, and Wink the Clown. So I had it right.
And
Jerry Lawler won.
did your
But the-
daughter did your daughter
she-
enjoy it?
For the most part, I think it kind of lost her because it did drag a little bit,
Okay.
especially for that. But it was a total comedy match. But Jerry Lawler ended up like he won, but then he looked bad at the end and got pied in the face and stuff like that. But yeah, so she said she wanted to watch WWF or WWE, and I'm like, well, what do you want to watch? And she said, I want to watch Doink the Clown.
Ah.
So I went, all right, what's gonna get her? Because she's seen a couple Doink things where he'd have that big metal bucket and he would throw it, and one time it would be water, and then another time she saw it when it was popcorn.
Okay.
And another time she saw a match of his that was nothing. And she thought that was funny. She's like, it could be anything, anytime. So it's really fun. It's fun to
That's good.
have her, like I'm trying to stay away from like where he gets like scary,
Makes sense.
where it's just like really silly. When he took his arm off, they were showing highlights from when he took his arm off and beat up Crush. I think maybe we watched that. Like, I don't know. It's just clown stuff. So she likes it. So a kid's going to like it. So
Heck yeah.
it made me happy to watch my 400th match with her.
That's
So that's my match of the week.
you can't defeat that. Plus, we have a new creamer, whose favorite wrestler is Doink the Clown. And if you don't know that yet, creamer,
Totally.
go watch last week's episode, or if you just can't bear to watch all that time of a goddamn great episode and you just want to watch interviews, go watch Sammy Daddy, our very
Please.
Sammy Daddy, interviewing wrestling fans at the old wrestling show at the Beachland Ballroom, June 13th rather.
2025.
Old Wrestling's Murder Mystery, and we met quite a few new creamers, and we love them all.
Yeah, that was Sully. That was one of the first interviews. And he came out with Doink the Clown, not expecting that. Had a great character for him.
Yeah, he
didn't just say, oh, he's a clown from the 20s. Yeah, he came up with a really good character. And then his Room for Cream, I don't want to play favorites, but that might have been my favorite one out of all of them.
Because you're a big
There were
music
some
guy.
good ones. I'd have to go. I'm going to go back and watch again, actually, because there were some really good ones. I think the way I posted it on my thing was, what are people going to say when you give them a chance to say anything?
Oh yeah.
And I think your mind immediately goes to like people either saying like dirty things or people going baba booey, baba booey, baba booey, which would have been really funny if somebody did that. And then, or like hot takes, I don't believe in that, but you know what I mean?
Right. Who's your favorite
But
wrestler?
no, everybody,
Chris Benoit.
yeah, everybody took their
What would his old
time.
gimmick be?
Father of the Year.
Father of the Year. No,
everybody
would
took
have not put it in if they said that.
Yeah, we reserved the right. But everybody like took their time and cared.
For
So
sure.
we
which I
appreciated that.
Oh yeah, we appreciate all you new creamers, and we love you.
But enough about that. What's your match count and what's your match of the week?
My match count.
Yeah.
495 matches.
Oh my God, you're gonna lap me.
I know. I didn't know. I thought you were gonna watch wrestling.
So did I.
I'm glad I didn't watch the entire New Japan show because I didn't watch the whole Soul. I only watched the 2 matches that had the G1 qualifiers on it.
The ramifications.
But if I would have watched them all, then my 400th match probably would have been some fucking 8-man tag. Do you hear my cat scratching on the door? Jesus Christ.
Ledman?
No way. I don't feel like getting up. But my match of the week was Mascara Dorada versus Ricochet versus Hologram versus Leo Rush from Dynamite last week. Grand Slam Mexico. It was a
Grande.
good match.
I'm going to be honest.
Sort of like your match of the week. My wife watched it with me, and she
she
was
had
like,
to
"This is
love
the kind of
that."
wrestling that I think is interesting because it's very exciting and cool."
And she would be correct.
They do flips.
I didn't know that match happened, but I'm going to add that to my match count for next week. I'll
The
actually
winner of the
watch
match
stuff.
I think the winner of the match got 200,000 pesos.
It's silly
It is.
that
but it's
they
very
put the
pro
money
wrestling.
on the matches like that, like at all, even when it's $10,000.
Because I'm sure they don't. I mean, they definitely don't really get it.
At least it's something, though.
Yeah,
like
and
at least I give them effort I give them effort. Yep, I give them effort for A.
Put on you. But I do think it's cool because it's very like old-fashioned professional wrestling.
Yeah, at least it puts something on the match that really, like, I don't want to say it doesn't matter because they're, they're putting their body at risk and they're entertaining us and whatever. Maybe progressing a story to a point, but like,
And there is a story of the match too. Leo Rush and Ricochet work together to try to defeat the
What?
Luchadors. So then it's kind of like a makeshift tornado tag
are you shitting me?
until Leo Rush starts bullying Ricochet over his bald head.
That's the thing, man. People don't like his bald head.
No, they don't. But yeah, and then I was going to have it be Omega versus Okada from Wrestle Kingdom 11, but I just really had a good time watching that Lucha Libre match.
Well, the match of the week doesn't have to be the best match. I know that sounds stupid,
No.
but it's just what match stuck out to you for whatever reason. If it was I mean, we both kind of had the sentimental, without putting too much on it, like reason.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the best. I just wanted to save that as my 400th
And it
match,
was
so
a
I wouldn't
quality,
forget.
it was a goddamn quality match.
Well, that doesn't matter. Like, I did not. The match I watched is not good. Like, don't watch it unless you want. It drags on. It's not good. But the kid liked it.
That's worth it.
I think. I don't know. We didn't talk about it. I'll see how many stars she gives it.
Yeah, ask her how many cups of coffee.
How many cups of coffee would you give that match? 60, 70 million, 4.
Holy shit, that's a lot of
Yeah.
coffee.
That's her highest rated and lowest rated match of all time.
Fuck, you're right.
So, wrestling's cool. I'm going to watch more. But
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot coming up is it next weekend? 2 weekends.
Oh shit, yeah, that's the
Well,
week.
WWE's got some stuff.
Oh, it's 2 week. It's like okay. There's this weekend, and then there's 2 weekends.
Then the 4th of July weekend, and then the weekend after that.
Yes. Yeah,
Something like that. But I know there's Night of Champions, I think, is Saturday.
that's right.
So that's a big one. King and Queen of the Ring and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you just said, 2 weeks after that, there's like 4. What is WWE doing, like 4 shows? Isn't that what we talked about?
3 shows.
NXT. Is there a pay-per-view or a PLE or whatever? And then
main event.
Evolution?
Main event. Oh, and then Evolution's.
Oh, Saturday night's main event. Yeah, Goldberg. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you that at the beginning of the show. Would you like a Goldberg guy from back in the day?
I never was because I didn't have I didn't watch WCW. I thought he was.
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
I thought he was cool because I didn't know anything about him,
He was cool.
and he seemed
Goldberg was
cool. I mean, I liked
fine.
when he came to WWE. I remember and like SmackDown.
Yeah.
Here Comes the Pain or SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, whatever one he was in. I think it was Here Comes the Pain. I definitely remember playing as him for one of my like story campaigns.
Okay. I could see that. He was sweet. Goldberg was sweet. Like there's there's a million other podcasts you could go listen to.
But you should.
Well, not until you finish this one at least. That talk about, why is he there and this is his retirement match and why did he get to jump the line and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
I don't care. I'm talking, I guess what would it have been? 98 Goldberg? 97, 98? I think 98. That was fucking awesome. And as a kid, that Goldberg was like the most badass person ever. I mean, still they were Stone Cold and The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan and
yeah.
Sting and all that. Like, I'm not saying
Word.
he was number one, but you could make a case for it. I feel like that age as a kid, talking to the other kids, if somebody was like Goldberg's the fucking best, like you might argue it, but like they at least had a case.
Right. No, I think if I was watching WWE, I would be annoyed by it too.
It's silly.
Yeah, and just
I did
because
watch
it's
that
he's
part last
he's like
week.
80 or something.
Or we did a show
The
already.
match isn't going to be very long, but you know me, I'm also a like a quality guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like,
this
it's not like
isn't-
Goldberg's going to have a fucking match that I'm going to rant and rave over.
I'm curious about it though. Like, what's Gunther gonna do?
Yeah. Choke him
We'll
out
see.
right away.
I can't see that happening though. Like,
Wouldn't it be
then,
crazy
like,
if Goldberg lost in his final match in a squash? That would be sick.
but I could see him
I'd
doing it.
respect
Like,
him. I'd
what
respect
does
him
he
for that.
care?
Yeah.
I don't know. The Goldberg's like because part of him,
I also think he's like really full of himself as a human being and stuff.
that's what it seems like. But I think he's like a decent person too, though.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not
Like,
like a
So he's
racist.
cocky, but not humble about it.
Right.
Or like he's cocky and not humble, but like he actually is like a decent person. Like I feel like a lot of times when he does stuff, it's like, well, I just want the kids to have a good show.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Yeah, but he just thinks that he's
But he's not like a good
Like
wrestler.
he's like I want to beat Bray Wyatt for the title because I think kids will like it.
Yeah, that's a
Wrong.
bad reason.
He's wrong, but he's doing it, but that's like a noble
Well,
reason.
anybody that knows who he is doesn't like by the time he came back that time and this time, like anybody that remembers him or knows who he is probably didn't want him to win. But there is that nostalgia thing that like brings people in.
Yeah, and I think
So if
people
they're going for
probably,
that.
like, everybody, a lot of the wrestling fans like or love Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and he, didn't he like lose the world title?
Nick Nemeth.
Yeah. Did he lose the title to
Goldberg just like beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, and so,
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think they just had a match for whatever reason and he like squashed him.
Who did Goldberg take the title from?
Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah,
You said it.
yeah, I forgot.
But yeah, he didn't he squash Dolph Ziggler? And then Dolph Ziggler was like, you're not man enough. And then he came down and beat him up again.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he did it one more time. It was almost like the Jeff Hardy Undertaker thing from that ladder match that they had on Raw that time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But except I don't think Goldberg like showed him like the sign of respect at the end.
No.
That was like the difference. But yeah, he beat. What did he do? Didn't he? I think he beat Bray Wyatt and then he lost to Braun Strowman.
Was it
I think he was supposed to fight Roman Reigns, but that was the 2020 WrestleMania.
Oh,
So then it switched to Braun Strowman, I think.
okay. The winner of the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Reigning, defending greatest Royal Rumble champion.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't work there anymore, though.
No, he does not.
Who else? Goldberg fought some. Other than, what was cool when he came back? Was it the first match he had when he came back? I don't remember. And he fought Brock Lesnar again, and he beat Brock Lesnar in like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That was sweet. Was that Survivor Series? Whatever. Goldberg came back and beat Brock Lesnar in like a minute. That was awesome. I love that.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah.
I probably did, but I didn't watch it, so I didn't. So like it doesn't stay in my brain, maybe.
Because they had that shitty match at WrestleMania 20 that everybody hated. I even at the time, and like you hear how I talk about wrestling, and we've talked a lot on here and even more off the air.
Word.
I try to be pretty positive, but
Yeah,
even at the
positive.
time, as a kid, WrestleMania 20, that match with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar sucked.
Yeah, no, it was not good. The best part about it was, I don't know if you remember this, but this is what me and my brother have always talked about ever since.
When you did
Steve
that?
Austin fucking getting the beers thrown to him, and then one slips past his hand and hits him in the head. And instead of like reacting to it, he just turns his head and just walks that way.
Even care.
Someone threw a beer at this man's face, and he was like, whatever. Stone Cold Steve Austin, tough guy.
Yeah. He's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
He's like-
Goldberg's back, and your boyfriend is in trouble.
My boyfriend?
Isn't that what it's good? Isn't that how the song goes? Goldberg's back, and your boyfriend is in trouble.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Goldberg's back. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? God damn it.
No, AEW's on the rise. WWE. I feel like the consensus is they're plateauing, and that
Yeah.
might be a compliment for
I
what
kind
people
of
say.
think what will happen, I think what will happen is sometimes AEW will be the one that's rising and WWE will be the one that's, and it's just going to keep switching back and forth because it's
Forever.
neither of them are going to go out of business anytime soon.
Until TNA takes over.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Hey, did you see fucking Derek Dillinger was at TNA?
Like wrestling or like in
I
the
don't know.
audience?
I just saw him posting pictures of himself
No.
with this big TNA logo. So I'll have to look
I
at
had
it.
no idea.
He's
What did he
followed.
find? He bought it off Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, he must have. He fucking
No,
must.
that's cool.
Yeah, he
good for
follows
him.
us. He's a fucking follower. He's a creamer.
I know. He's cool.
He DM'd me and he said, from now on, when I enter the ring, they're gonna say, making his way to the ring, Derek the Creamer Dillinger.
That's cool. Good. I mean,
I think it's real good of him.
as long as he keeps paying the
About
royalties
goddamn
for it.
time, man. Yeah, but goddamn.
No, he's cool. He's always,
Yeah, he's cool.
from what I've heard, he's a good guy.
He's one of Brian
he's-
Barker's favorite wrestlers.
I was going to say, and anytime I've seen him, he's good. He's entertaining. So I hope he gets a shot somewhere.
He cool.
Give him a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Right. There's nothing bad.
No.
Sammy Daddy, do you have a room for cream?
No. I just did them all, I guess.
I know. I was thinking,
You remember, like, when people chant stuff now, they chant like fuck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, shut the fuck up. I feel like they chant a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because I feel like back in the day when they would chant asshole, I thought that was the craziest thing ever.
Me too.
And I
And they usually
think,
only did it at Vince.
yeah. I mean, I think it like would go to somebody else once in a while if they were real bad, but that was a Vince McMahon chant.
For sure.
So I wish that, and it, for some reason, it's like the perfect swear word to chant like that.
Yeah.
Asshole. Asshole. So I wish my plea to the wrestling universe is to bring back the asshole chant.
You want the asshole back?
Yeah. I'm bringing asshole back.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Yeah. That's my room for cream. Bring back the asshole chant at all events.
Okay.
Doesn't have to just be wrestling,
Yeah,
school events.
it is kind of like from a bygone era.
Yeah, like isn't it crazy? Like asshole doesn't line like I don't think it's as bad as the F word.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but they do shut or you fucked up
Fucked up. Yeah.
or you bald fuck.
You sick fuck. You bald fuck.
You sick fuck. That's what I'm saying. Like they like fuck is thrown around. Like it's
I
just
think
crazy
it's
that
easy because it's one syllable.
you can fit it in easily.
Like they're never
I get
saying,
it.
They're never like you're a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like it's always fuck. They only say fuck.
You fucking suck. Max
fuck.
Caster is the best wrestler alive.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what about your boy showing up on Collision?
Oh, you mean Kota Ibushi?
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty sick. I'm like, wow, maybe I should have fucking watched.
I saw the few things I saw from people were all like, of course I skipped this Collision. And I thought, fuck
That's
you.
how I felt. Well, I saw like
Of course.
because he is in much better shape than last time we saw him,
Uh-huh.
and tomorrow he's wrestling.
What? Oh, I saw that.
Who's he facing again? Oh,
Who?
Trent Beretta.
Yeah, which I was surprised about, but they're doing stuff with him and they've worked together before.
Yeah, he's in RPG Vice again.
RPG. RF. What is it?
Roppongi Vice.
What is it RPG VC?
I think it's just RPG Vice.
Oh.
It's him and Rocky Romero.
So it's a tag team.
Yeah,
So he broke up with the best friends to make it hang out with his other best friend.
right.
Bullshit.
And I think Rocky Romero only turned heel so that he could be Takeshita's manager when he's in New Japan, so that Don Callis doesn't have to go over there every time.
I was gonna say because they're all Callis family, right?
Yep.
I forget sometimes, and then like a motherfucker walks out with him, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, right now Okada
watch.
kind of a member. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, deal with it.
I get that they just wanted to have all of Kenny Omega's enemies against him, but
Deal with
Okada's
it.
in the elite.
If you don't like it, take it up with Don.
Oh,
Dirty Don.
okay.
Well, what's your room for cream?
My room for cream today. Well, okay, not today, actual today, but today when this episode comes out is June 26th. Okay, that is the 1 year anniversary, Sammy Daddy, of your first time being on the show.
Yeah,
The
really?
anniversary. Yeah,
Happy anniversary. That's exciting.
your first video
Really?
you were in was Wyatt 6 and Forbidden Door 2024.
Yeah, the year of our Lord.
26th, 2024, the year of our Lord.
That's when it came out?
Yep. So this is your
I had
1
no
year
idea.
anniversary.
Look at how far we've come.
I think so.
I'm at home.
The show is you're right. The show is much better than it was, 1 year ago. And we've been to a wrestling show where we met a bunch of creamers.
Yeah.
It's been a good 52 weeks, man.
Stickers?
We got stickers. We're gonna have at least lanyards.
We'll have more things.
We're gonna have more things because Xavier, our new creamer, wanted a T-shirt and we didn't have him, for crying out loud.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're gonna have lanyards,
If there's stuff you'll give us money for, tell us and we'll get it made.
koozies, and we're in talks for keychains. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, probably.
Keep that on the down low, okay? Don't tell anybody about that, all right? It's a secret. It's a fucking
Unless you want to and they want to buy them.
And then definitely tell them. And
Send the money.
give them our email addresses, which is hotjoe@wrestlecream.com and sammydaddy@wrestlecream.com.
Yeah. We
We
bought
also have
the
emails.
thing.
That's another thing we've gotten in the
Yeah.
weeks. So happy anniversary, Sammy Daddy.
Hey, where are you?
Dink.
Tink.
Down the hatch.
Well, thanks a lot. It's been a lot of fun doing
It's
this.
been a lot of fun
So thanks
doing this.
adding me to this.
The show, it's like as if the show didn't exist until you got here.
No, it did. You can see the old videos on the
You
YouTube.
could see them, but they were no good.
Well, that's not. Neither of these. That doesn't stop us.
You got to the show and you strapped a rocket on it. We're on our way to the fucking moon.
We got followers. And sometimes we get a like or a view.
That's right. And
that's what we're going for.
And the more
listen.
the more pro wrestling shows that we go to, the more local creamers. I call them Cleveland creamers.
All right, well, that's a t-shirt. Write that one down.
Oh yeah. You're really writing it down.
Yeah, because I'm not going to remember.
Yeah. Maybe we could have a picture of us taking a dump on.
Well, it's so stupid. We talk about
comments below.
We talk about being from Cleveland all the time, and neither of us came up with that one. Well, until now, and then you did, and now it's worth it.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm putting that in my taglines.
Oh, cool. And now we gotta have a t-shirt of you saying, I like that.
No, I'm not doing that one.
Well, it's too late. I already ordered them. Well, that's all the time we've got for tonight, creamers. We love you.
And we wish you
The
best.
Que todos somos mejores cuando trabajamos juntos. Así yo quiero decir gracias, gracias por recibirnos en su casa esta noche.